Hola Libras, this is your teen reading. I decided to try to do tarot like I do Lenormand and read in pairs. Okay, so I'm just going to try it out and see how it works. Part of it does resonate for me as far as what I've seen in your previous reading. When I did your Venus and retrograde reading, you guys were just broke. There was nothing about love in there. Okay. Here, there is somebody in your life. Could be a friend or somebody who didn't quite meet your expectations in love. And so you're not dealing with them. What I'm seeing here is we have you, first card, Nine of Pentacles. This is me being single and loving it. But it's also kind of like a little bit of your past, meaning you don't have all this money like you used to. And Nine of Swords over here is on the exact opposite end. And it's in reverse, meaning you're not confronting the fact that you're no longer Nine of Pentacles. Okay. You're Five of Pentacles. Okay. But I'm also seeing you're not afraid to be alone. You like it. Now, some of you, that might be the exact opposite. You might not be confronting that you're alone and that you don't like it. But some of you aren't confronting that you're broke. Or you're not confronting that you're alone and broke. Like nobody's there to help you kind of feeling. With the Nine of Pentacles and Ace of Swords reversed, I'm seeing you rule your house. You don't have to answer to anybody. It's just you. I'm here in my house. I'm single. Nobody's getting in your way. Okay. You don't have to do anything. Okay. In fact, you just send people packing. Like, I don't need you. Everybody's outside the house. It's just me in here. And I'm happy. I'm ruling castle. And if you're single, you don't have to do anything. Nobody telling you what to do. You're not having to tell anybody else what to do. I'm saying, leave me alone at home. I'm not in a relationship and I'm not about to be. All right. So next we have Ace of Swords and Five of Pentacles. I'm seeing you don't have to be alone. You also don't have to send people packing. At least not in this situation. You also don't have to be broke. I'm seeing is you don't have to feel alone or be miserable if you're alone. Okay. I think you're trying to overcome feeling bad about your situation, trying to overcome money troubles. But it just hasn't quite happened yet because the Ace of Swords is reversed. It's delayed. All right, now Ace of Swords and Seven of Swords. Okay, we have, you're like, these bad boys out here don't know how to behave. Especially with the King of Swords over here in reverse. Oof. Like, they need to clean up their act. Or there may be one in particular you're thinking of, probably an air sign. Like, I'm going to hold my own while they clean up their act because they're shady. But the thing is, they're shady and they're not broke. You're upright and you're broke. Okay. You're like, no lying narcissist. No, thank you. All right. So then you have Seven of Swords and Knight of Cups in reverse. This says, this person, it's most likely a woman involving a man because we have a couple here, but apply the gender how you can. I'm going to say the genders as what I'm seeing and then the opposite of me. Okay. So I'm seeing he's not even likable. People respect him, but it's probably out of fear, or he's like the leader of the pack, but he's like the leader of the misfits. He just leaves destruction in his wake. And he is not your boyfriend. He's not serious enough, or you're not serious enough about him because he's so shady. He's like a thrill seeker with no serious intentions, and you turn him down. I'm also seeing people probably steal from you. And so that could be why you're having money problems. If that's not the case, then I'm seeing this friend or your friends in general, but particularly this friend, they realize you're in need and help you. I don't see you actually having to ask, but they might see it, especially if they're the shady person, but just friends in general. Okay. We have King of Swords reversed with the Seven of Swords. And this says the narcissist gets away with taking from his own friends. He likes that. He likes to outsmart people because he's a fucking narcissist. He enjoys stealing. So again, you could be one of those people, but then when he sees you're having a hard time, he might actually help you out. I wouldn't count on it though, but okay. Then we have King of Swords reversed with the Empress. This is like a couple. Notice you're all fine and dandy and beautiful and this person is a bad person, and you're not a couple because you're reversed. Okay. One of you is like, I'm all bad by myself. I'm the Knight of Pentacles. I'm good. Now, if he's going to approach you, he's going to approach you in a sneaky way, or he's not man enough to approach you in the correct way. Okay. I mean, he would be somebody who would offer like one night stand kind of thing. We don't even have the Knight of Wands reversed in here. All right. Now, the Empress with the Knight of Cups reversed says she's so beautiful. He feels she's beautiful. He thinks of her as like a beautiful goddess, but that doesn't mean he's going to just change who he is and want to commit. So he's not in love. He probably doesn't understand what love is because of what kind of a person he is. And boy, you attract the dominant bad boys, dude. I can just tell you. Ooh, they just gravitate toward you, but they don't offer you anything. Nothing substantial. And you're like, I'm good on my own. Well, let me wait for a real man. That's what I'm seeing. Wow, Libras. This is fun. Okay. I might start reading all my readings like this. It's fun. Okay. So you have the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and the Five of Pentacles. And I'm seeing he can't approach you genuinely. So, or he can't apologize for taking from you or doing something, wrong, for lying, for stealing. So you send him packing. That's one option. But remember, you don't have to send him packing. He might actually have some value for you and help you out in this hard time. All right, so then you have Five of Pentacles and Nine of Swords reversed. I'm seeing you sent him away and without your money. Like you sent him away and he did not take your money at this point. Or at this time, he might have in the past. Or he tends to steal from his friends and you're afraid he might steal from you. Okay. But I'm seeing he's gone. You're not stressed anymore about him. You might still be stressed about money. There's another little scenario I'll get into in a minute. But I have a shady friend or maybe even an acquaintance. Somebody who's not really deep. They help you by giving you some dirty money, stolen money. The money they steal from their friends, they're going to give it to you. But I'm seeing you're not accepting being broke, okay? And some of you, you're broke and you're like, man, I'm alone. I really wish, like mom were still alive or, somebody was still here who's passed on. And it's just not confronting being broke. So the scenario I was seeing earlier is, you send them packing, you're not stressed anymore. However, I feel like first, like up until now, he's always just kind of been somebody who just wasn't up to par for you. He hasn't been loving, everything until now, at the very end, when he sees you're in need. He's failed at being loving, but he's going to help you out. And once he helps you out, I think you send him packing. So that's that. Now I didn't even clarify anything. Wow. I might start reading like that. I like that. All right, now I'm going to get from my deck and see what comes out. All right, what messages are there for Libras 14? What messages are there for Libras for November 2018? All right. Oh, here's what I got in my head. You don't own me. Something like that. You're getting a message. Okay. Over here, you might have been waiting for a message from this person who maybe didn't treat you right. Let's see what else is here. You also have justice. So I feel like justice will prevail, even though this person's shady. And it could be they're like, man, I've been so shady, I've got to do something. And they offer to help you out monetarily. All right, so what's going on? What messages are there for Libras for 18? Okay. Money issues. You got this last time. What did I tell you? But you're going to get compensation. Again, this person's going to help you out if you keep persevering. All right. And this one wanted to come out. Makeup. We have selflessness, humility, conscious action, and then we have 2, which is like the high priestess. Okay. So there's 2 scenarios here. One of them doesn't seem very likely because this is a narcissistic kind of person, or a person who just lies. They don't really have any redeeming qualities, okay? So they could either become humble and selfless and give to you consciously, or you might have to humble yourself and ask. And then you're just waiting on that message back from them and you get it. And you kind of make up with this person when they help you out. So you've sent them packing before. Okay. You get the same card as during your Venus in retrograde. So Libras, you're having some money issues. And I'm not talking about like, oh, you know, I wish I had a little bit more money. This is like, I don't know if I'm going to have money for my rent. Okay. Let's get one more. You're sad. But I don't think you're letting on you're sad. Okay. Especially not to this person. We have that's death. Could be a Scorpio. Could be there's you, Libra. So we have Libra and Scorpio. So the Scorpio will be your shady friend. Sometimes King of Swords reminds me of Scorpio. Doesn't have to be though. But I did tell Scorpios to help out their Libra friends when I saw it because they were right next to each other. And the Venus in retrograde. Power dynamics. This is what Scorpio always gets, and they got it in the same time. Somebody's going to make you beg or ask for assistance and money so they can have control. It came up in the Venus in retrograde for Scorpios. So most likely it is a Scorpio. So if you know a Scorpio who is shady as fuck, I'm seeing you have to ask, possibly beg, even though you're like all that, okay? But they would help you out. It's so strange this is coming up for Libras, and I told Scorpios to help out Libras in their reading. That's so funny. I mean, the same exact cards came out for both signs. I think that's hilarious. All right, Libras, good luck and God bless. Yeah.